Hello everyone, welcome to the Warehouse Series, the only place on YouTube you're going to get instructional case selection videos to help you out. And hopefully you guys come across this channel before you even start your job so you know exactly what you're doing before you go and apply for that warehouse position. So today we're going to be taking a look at my dog food pallet that I did in the warehouse. I actually started filming this, but I had a lot of flour at the beginning of my order and it blocked my phone relatively quickly. So I shut the camera off and I just took pictures along the way. So we are going to look at that dog food pallet right now. So before we do that, if you guys would subscribe, I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's support. My subscriber count's getting up, and that means that more people are stumbling onto this channel and hopefully are finding this channel very useful for their new job at working in a warehouse or the job that you had for a year and you're still struggling building your pallets. So let's start looking at that order here. I'm going to show you this one right here. Guys, I mentioned this on my last video. I said that, every time I get those cans, I like putting the Arizona tea and the LaCroix up on the front pallet. And I told you I like putting bags up on the front pallet when I do my dog food orders. If I have a big dog food order, I am putting bags on the front pallet because I do not like stacking on bags. The more I don't have to stack on bags, the better my pallet is going to look. So I put all my bags up front and I'm putting boxes and buckets on the back. So this is the first picture I want to show you. Second picture I want to show you is this one right here. That is my front pallet. And I just want to show you that I'm constantly trying to maintain levelness. It is so important, especially with bags. Bags are very nice to work with because you can move the contents of the bag around inside that bag to make it fit where you need it to fit. So I actually like working with bags. On this picture right here, once again, I just told you you can move contents around and you could stick bags upright. Now, it depends on what the bag is. This is sugar or something. I don't even know what that is, but it was a pretty solid bag. It wasn't going anywhere. It was something that I could fill in that gap. That is one thing when you have nice small gaps within the middle of your bag order, that you could stick a bag upright in there to fill in that gap. The next picture I want to show you is these cat litters. When possible, you guys know the cat litters I'm talking about, the Tidy Cats, anything that comes in these boxes and they're smooth. I do not like sticking them on the corner if I can help it. And the only time I don't mind putting them on the corner is if I can get a real heavy case to go on top of it. So if I have a one pallet order, and I have two Tidy Cats or two of these things and I stick them in the corner, then I'm going to put bags on top of it. So I make sure that they're going to have a lot of weight on them and it's not going to shift, because if you put light cases, like cases that are real light, then more than likely the case that's going to slide off that Tidy Cat or the Tidy Cat itself is going to start sliding. I don't like having these on the corners. I like putting them in the middle when possible. This orange arrow is pointing to the Fancy Feast or 9 Lives, whatever that is. Just another type of smooth, slippery case that, if possible, I like to stick it in the middle of my pallet. I usually do this. I usually like filling in the gaps in the middle of my pallet with these type of cases. All right, guys, on this next picture right here, I got green dots all over the place. I tell you guys all the time, I cannot tell you how many times that I see people take the same case and just separate them. You got to keep those cases together when possible. All my green dots that are all over the place, I'm just showing you I'm keeping everything together. All right, I'm side by side if I possibly can, or with the canned goods, with all the cat food that you see, they're all stacked straight up. But all my cases are together. I try to keep them all together, and that's what all those green dots are just showing you. Next picture is this one right here. I'm showing you now I am sticking some of those 9 Lives or whatever they are that I told you that are slippery, and I'm trying to put them on the front pallet. Now I'm starting to build up the front pallet because I'm out of the bag section now, and I am trying to work on leveling off this front pallet. How do you get the front of that pallet level? Is you use cases at work. If it doesn't work, it goes on the back pallet. All right, that's how I get my case, my layers so level. Is if I see a case that I think might work, I'll try it there. And if it doesn't work, it's going back on the back pallet, because the back pallet, I'm constructing a bunch of small cases, and I'm more than likely I could work with it to get it level. The next picture I want to show you is this one right here. As you can see, I'm out of the bags. I'm in the small cases again. What am I doing? I'm building up the middle of my pallet like I usually do. And as you can see in this picture right here, this yellow arrow is pointing to a small gap I had. And the nice thing about sticking those small cases in the middle is they're very easy to access if I need one. And I did need one. I had no more small cases coming, and I was getting ready to go into the paper towels and the cereal, and I needed to fill in this gap. Otherwise, it was going to give me a problem. So I took a case out of the middle and I put it right here to fill in the gap. So you want to improvise. You know, you have a small case. Maybe you have a small case somewhere else that will work in that spot that you really don't need where it's at, you know, so that's exactly what happened. I didn't need that case in the middle. I took it and I filled in this gap with it so I can go to the cereal. All right, guys, so now we're gonna look at some end product. This is the back part of that pallet that I was doing on the back part. Now you see the buckets down there. This is where I was showing you I was keeping everything together. And as you can see, the pallet turned out really nice. So I just want to show you that. All right, guys, here's the front of that pallet. You know, you see my buckets in that. I was keeping all the bucket and boxes on the back pallet. I had those 6 cat foods over here in the corner. And as you can see, I did 3 and 3 to equal the middle of my pallet. Sometimes you just get that feeling. There's so many times that I just know that I'm going to get something that works. And I did it right there. Then I tied in the middle with the stovetop and things of that nature. But I just want to show you some final pictures. And here is the front of my front pallet. And once again, guys, you know, I had the sugars and flours that I started off with, and but as you can see, everything worked out well. And guys, I am not using slip sheets. I probably will never use a slip sheet. That's fine if you do. I just don't, with the way I build, I think I build good enough where I don't need a slip sheet. I don't think I will ever use a slip sheet. It will, if I ever do, I will definitely let you know. All right, and the last thing I want to say is, you know, I'm probably going to be getting a video out on the astronomical amount of cases people put on their sides. So when I stay overtime, I get pickup orders. If you don't know what a pickup order is, it's just basically the previous person didn't finish it, and I got to finish that order. I stayed overtime 3 times so far, and I was very fortunate to get 2 pickups that were really nice, and then I got a pickup that was just horrendous. And it literally took me about 3 minutes to make this pallet look good. But every case was like on its side. I don't get it. I don't get what we're doing with these cases on their side. Just because you could turn a case on its side and make your layer level does not make it right. Okay? What's the contents in that package? What are you turning on its side? So I'm going to be putting out a video of just cases on their side. And we're going to go over a lot of cases of why I disagree with a lot of it and when it's okay to do. I have already mentioned this a couple times in my past videos, but I think a whole video of cases on its side, I could get tons of pictures. I could see everyone that passes me in the warehouse got basically 30-40% of their cases on their side. Not a good thing. I talked about the cube on that previous video, so I don't want to get into that too much. I'll put that on a separate video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.